Oh no. This is a 33-minute video. This is probably the longest video that I've ever reviewed so far, so buckle up because prepare for potentially an hour. I don't know if 1 hour is guaranteed, but prepare for a very long review, guys.
Think dinosaurs were the ultimate predators? Think again.
Are you serious? We're not even 4 seconds into the video, and we already are shown Godzilla, burning Godzilla even, in a supposedly educational paleontology video. 4 seconds, people. What a world record.
The Earth was once home to monsters that were far more powerful.
Ah, just another one of those calling animals monsters cliches. This is just completely blatant. As if this channel is just trying to present everything in a serious manner to just use Godzilla roaring. Why are you doing this? Why is Godzilla in the first 2 scenes? No, the first 3 scenes, 2 of them had Godzilla. This is so bad. Even paleontology parodies are... It's basically comparable to a paleontology parody. Is this supposed to be a paleontology parody or what?
With razor-sharp teeth, crushing jaws, and unimaginable hunting strategies.
And then we're shown King Kong and the Skullcrawler for legitimately no reason other than this channel trying to look cool, I guess.
Join us as we show you animals that were scarier than dinosaurs.
And then we're showing a dinosaur from Jurassic World Evolution. Sorry about that choking there, but you get what I mean. This video is This is going to be some of the craziest that you've ever seen, guys.
Number 20. Sarcosuchus. Imagine a crocodile the size of a school bus, with a bite force capable of crushing a car, and you'll have a pretty good idea of what Sarcosuchus, also known as Super Croc, was like.
Stop calling the Sarcosuchus the Super Croc. I've heard it a bazillion times already, and it's just a really, really bad way, and also a wrong way of calling the Sarcosuchus, of describing the Sarcosuchus.
While not a true crocodile, but rather a distant relative, Sarcosuchus dwarfed even the largest of modern crocodilians, measuring nearly 40 feet in length.
We now put it closer to around 30 feet in length.
Twice the size of today's saltwater crocodiles. Weighing in at a staggering 8 metric tons.
Oh, hell no! What even is that thing? Okay, I don't know what movie this is from. Can someone please tell me? But why put this in a supposedly educational paleontology video?
Sarcosuchus was an apex predator that could take on virtually any challenger in its domain.
The Sarcosuchus from Monsters Resurrected. The time-traveling Sarcosuchus from Monsters Resurrected, which then got mauled by the Spinosaurus, which is a kaiju, basically. Man, why do all of these his supposedly educational paleontology videos show clips from bad dinosaur documentaries? A lot of them, Clash of the Dinosaurs, for example.
This was particularly useful considering that it lived alongside the dinosaurs.
This guy just keeps on showing different creatures from different fictional movies,
which often became its prey. Sarcosuchus ruled the waterways of the early Cretaceous period, some 112 million years ago. Its massive jaws lineed with over 100 teeth.
Jaws, oh, okay. What is this pronunciation? I thought this video couldn't get any worse already. It's just complete brain rot at this point.
But it wasn't just the size of its teeth that made. Sarcosuchus so formidable?
That was a bit of an awkward pause. Well, that didn't really affect my experience anyway, because this video is already as crazy as it is. So I guess a pause is a bit of a break.
It was the sheer power of its bite. Scientists estimate that this ancient Leviathan—
You mean to pronounce it as Leviathan? Okay. Leviathan is quite a common name to give for a lot of these creatures that are even remotely aquatic. Why call the Sarcosuchus a Leviathan? That is my question.
could exert a bite force of up to 18,000 pounds per square inch, more than 4 times that of the mighty Tyrannosaurus rex.
You could have just shown a T-Rex from Walking with Dinosaurs, but instead you just showed a Mapusaurus. Man, Mapusaurus and T-Rex are both not very similar looking creatures. You should differentiate. You should be able to differentiate the Mapusaurus from the T-Rex.
With such incredible jaw strength, Sarcosuchus could easily crush the bones of its prey, including even the most massive of dinosaurs. However, despite its fearsome reputation, Sarcosuchus likely faced fierce competition from other carnivorous giants of its time, such as the Spinosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus.
This is legitimately the continuation of the time-traveling Sarcosuchus. As well as this, the Spinosaurus and Carcharodontosaurus pronunciations are quite weird.
Number 19. Leopleurodon.
Oh, by the way, this video was supposed to be about 15 animals, but then this person just decided to throw in 5 more, and then just called it 15.
With necks longer than giraffes and teeth that could shred a shark, the Jurassic seas were a terrifying place.
So you're implying that Leopleurodon had a long neck, which, because the Leopleurodon is a pliosaur, and pliosaurs generally don't have very long necks, that means the Leopleurodon does not have a long neck.
Among the most feared predators of this ancient underwater world were the plesiosaurs, a group of marine reptiles that met their demise around the same time as the dinosaurs.
You mean non-avian dinosaurs? Because avian dinosaurs, aka birds, are still with us today. That's for anyone who claims that dinosaurs are currently coexisting with humans, because that is technically true.
Leading to the common misconception that they were the same. Of all the plesiosaurs, none struck greater terror into the hearts of other creatures than Leopleurodon.
That isn't even a Leopleurodon in the slightest. Look at that thing. Does it look like a Leopleurodon to you?
This carnivorous leviathan could weigh over 500 pounds and reach lengths exceeding 30 feet.
Just an overestimate. Also, why are you comparing literally why are you calling everything Leviathans? Is the great white shark a Leviathan, according to you? Is a piranha a Leviathan?
With nearly a quarter of its body dedicated to its massive skull, complete with cavernous jaws lined with rows of razor-sharp teeth. As a member of the Pliosauridae family, a clan of short-necked plesiosaurs that reigned as the apex predators of the Jurassic oceans, Leopleurodon was supremely adapted for hunting large marine reptiles, fish, and even other plesiosaurs.
Okay, this part is good. Like any other paleontology video, this part still has this video still has some tolerable parts, I guess.
One of its most striking features was its elongated snout, housing an arsenal of conical, interlocking teeth that were continually replaced throughout the animal's life, ensuring a perpetually fresh set of lethal blades for tearing into prey. But Leopleurodon was more than just a fearsome hunter. It was a master of its environment. With a streamlined body and powerful flippers, it could glide effortlessly through the water.
How does gliding in water work? I've never heard of that term before, so I guess that's something new to the table. It's kind of like Origin Explained, where you just learn about crazy, stupidly obscure stuff.
While its keen sense of smell allowed it to detect potential prey from great distances. Despite its eventual extinction, possibly due to changes in sea level or prey availability, Leopleurodon's legacy as one of the most formidable predators in the history of our planet endures.
This is still one of the most awesome bro-looking quote-unquote Leopleurodons that I have ever seen. These are most definitely from Jurassic World Evolution mods,
captivating the imaginations of scientists and enthusiasts alike. Number 18. Platybelodon.
And there's yet another mistake by this channel over here. They forgot to change the text over here. It's supposed to be number 18 Platybelodon, not number 19 Leopleurodon.
Imagine an elephant whose trunk has been replaced by a colossal, fleshy spork, its surface ridged and weathered like old leather. While its appearance might seem like a wild figment of imagination, fossil evidence proves this unique animal, Platybelodon, was very much real.
This is paleontology, people. Back then, crazy-looking creatures could actually exist on planet Earth given the right conditions.
This extinct creature roamed the Earth during the Miocene epoch, a span of 8 to 20 million years ago. Platybelodon, an ancient relative of modern-day elephants, possessed a peculiar, protruding jaw that was actually a second pair of widened tusks, which are modified incisors.
What? How did you pronounce incisors incorrectly? Oh my god, there are so many mistakes in this paleontology video. I still can't. I'm starting to believe that this isn't even a real paleontology video, but it is.
When first discovered in the 1920s, scientists believed that these lower incisors were used for shoveling, scooping, digging, and dredging.
And there is also no consistency. Is this supposed to be text-to-speech or something? This is probably text-to-speech by the looks of it. If there's no consistency, there are tons of mistakes.
Soft vegetation in aquatic or swampy environments. However, in 1992, paleontologist David Lambert proposed a different theory. He suggested that these specialized tusks could have served as scythe-like weapons capable of slicing through dense vegetation with ease. Rather than being confined to shorelines, Platybelodon likely wandered the landscapes of Miocene Asia, Africa, and North America, using its trunk to grasp branches and its built-in scythes to cut them down.
Platybelodon is found in Africa, Asia, and the Caucasus. This is another part where the video is kinda tolerable, I guess.
Foraging on terrestrial plants in a manner quite different from its modern-day descendants. Number 17. Terror birds.
The entire forest rackety. That's the terror birds. That's the scientific name for the terror birds.
In the realm of ancient South America, a group of feathered nightmares reigned supreme for 60 million years after the extinction of the dinosaurs. These were the terror birds, or Forus racidae, towering predators that could reach heights of up to 10 feet. Armed with powerful T-Rex-like feet and a wickedly hooked beak.
This guy is literally finding new ways to compare stuff to a T-Rex.
These creatures were capable of delivering a single devastating blow that could sever the spinal cord of a horse.
Forgot to mention, but the 3-meter tall estimate really only applies to the Glenkin. That is the tallest forest raccoon.
The terror bird's dominion began when South America was an isolated island, long before the formation of modern-day Central America. While saber-toothed cats and wolves claimed the role of apex predators in other parts of the world, the South American landscape was dominated by herbivorous mammals. This provided the terror birds with an abundant source of prey, allowing them to thrive without significant competition.
And this video says animals that were scarier than dinosaurs, terror birds. What do you mean scarier than dinosaurs? There are so many dinosaurs like the T-Rex, the Argentinosaurus, the Velociraptor. Define... God, it's just incredibly vague.
Swift and agile, these feathered hunters possessed a formidable weapon in the form of a pickaxe-like beak, which they wielded with deadly precision to crack open the skulls of smaller animals. Their bony heads served as organic meat tenderizers, while their massive, clawed feet delivered bone-crushing kicks to any unfortunate creature that crossed their path. Over the course of their 60-million-year reign, 17 different terror bird species rose and fell, each more terrifying than the last.
Forest raccoon lived around 53 million to 100,000 years ago.
Until they finally vanished around 2.5 million years ago.
Just use Arabic numbers, not these English words just to convey your meaning. It just makes your video look much weirder in comparison.
Number 16. Arctotherium angustidens. Grizzly bears, with their power and ferocity, easily strike fear into the hearts of seasoned wilderness explorers. Yet, there was once a creature so immense, so powerful, that it could make a grizzly look like a playful cub. Meet Arctotherium angustidens, or the giant short-faced bear.
Aren't you confusing it with Arctodus? Arctodus and Arctotherium are two different things. Giant short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, not Arctotherium.
This absolute beast roamed the South American wilderness some 2.5 million years ago and weighed a mind-blowing 2 tons.
Okay, dude, you're calling 2 tons mind-blowing. Also, the Arctotherium couldn't have had a mass of 2 tons.
That made it the largest bear ever to walk the earth. But its size wasn't the only thing that set it apart. To truly grasp the sheer magnitude of this prehistoric giant, consider this. The reigning kings of today's land predators, polar bears, are absolutely gigantic. But even the 10-foot-tall polar bears pale in comparison to the Arctotherium angustidens. This monster.
This is just Origins Explained all over again, calling animals monsters for basically no reason at all, other than trying to look cool. You're just making yourself look embarrassing.
Could reach a staggering 14 feet in height on its hind legs.
Even taller and even larger than the Arctodus, aka the actual giant short-faced bear.
Nearly the length of a full-size moving van. But even with such enormous size, it was not slow. The Arctodus simus, a smaller relative of the giant short-faced bear.
That is the actual giant short-faced bear, not the Arctotherium, even though the Arctotherium is technically larger.
Was known to reach terrifying speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. It's likely that the Arctotherium angustidens, with its powerful build and massive strides, was capable of similar feats of speed. This makes escape all but impossible for its unfortunate prey, including perhaps early humans, who may have been little more than a meaty snack for this predator.
But the humans have intelligence in their side, and they can also master the ability to teamwork. The sheer amount of brains is what caused them to become apex predators. And they might have also played a role in the extinction of the Arctotherium.
Number 15. Arthropleura. Picture the biggest millipede you've ever seen. Now multiply its size until it's taller than a basketball hoop. That's the scale of Arthropleura, a prehistoric giant that could grow up to over 8 feet long. This creature challenges everything we think we know about the humble millipede and holds the distinction of being the largest invertebrate ever to have lived. Despite its intimidating size, Arthropleura was a gentle giant, content to munch on the abundant vegetation of its era.
But because it is most likely an herbivore, even though there's no solid evidence for the diet of Arthropleura, if anyone dares to threaten the Arthropleura in any way, the Arthropleura is free to attack it.
Its small, weak mouth parts were adapted for grinding soft plant matter rather than tearing flesh. So, what was the secret behind Arthropleura's incredible size? The answer lies in the unique atmosphere of the Carboniferous period, when oxygen levels were significantly higher than they are today, allowing invertebrates like Arthropleura to grow to proportions that would be impossible in our modern atmosphere. But while Arthropleura may have been a peaceful herbivore,
stop calling herbivores peaceful because they're all but peaceful.
It was far from defenseless. Its exoskeleton was covered in thick armored plates, providing protection against the giant dragonflies and other predators of its time. And even without sharp claws or teeth, Arthropleura's sheer size alone would have been enough to deter all but the most persistent of attackers.
And these persistent attackers are just stupid because they know they're facing something that is a huge threat to their life, yet they still attack them anyways, as if they do not have any self-preservation instincts. All predators have self-preservation instincts. They will not attack anything that is considered dangerous enough to them.
Number 14, Titanoboa. Forget the fictional giant serpents of movies and myths. The real-life Titanoboa was a monstrous predator that would make creatures like the basilisk or Jörmungandr seem like harmless earthworms.
Oh my god, how are you supposed to compare the Titanoboa to the Jörmungandr? The Jörmungandr can reach over 1 kilometer long. The Titanoboa, on the other hand, not even 15 meters long. How are you supposed to compare the Titanoboa to the Jörmungandr? The Jörmungandr still just eats the Titanoboa whole.
Measuring over 40 feet in length and weighing up to a staggering 2,500 pounds, equivalent to the weight of a fully grown giraffe, this prehistoric serpent was a true behemoth.
Okay, this is just a poor attempt at trying to reimagine what a Titanoboa could do. Titanoboa, more likely than not, did not strangle its prey.
Emerging in the wake of the dinosaurs' extinction, Titanoboa seized the opportunity to fill the ecological void left by the vanished apex predators. Its existence challenged our understanding of biological limits, pushing the boundaries of what was believed possible for a terrestrial serpent. While massive aquatic creatures like the blue whale, which can reach lengths close to 100 feet, exist thanks to the buoyancy of the water counteracting the effects of gravity, Titanoboa likely followed a similar principle by inhabiting swampy, semi-aquatic environments. As an ambush predator, Titanoboa relied on its incredible strength to constrict the life out of its prey, lying in wait to devour large reptiles, giant turtles, and even crocodiles unfortunate enough to cross its path.
Judging by its anatomy, more likely just ambushed fish, like most other fish catchers, swimming around. Obviously, it's Titanoboa. We still have a lot more that we don't understand about paleontology, so there's still going to be a lot of mistakes.
Number 13, Megalodon. Meet Megalodon, a prehistoric shark that makes even the most fearsome great white look like a goldfish in comparison. Measuring an astonishing 50 feet in length and weighing in at a staggering 70 tons, the Megalodon was a true leviathan of the deep.
This guy is literally going to call every giant animal that inhabited the waters, even if they're semi-aquatic, they're going to call these animals leviathans, and leviathans, all of them.
A creature so massive and so powerful that it defies the imagination. To put the megalodon's size into perspective, consider this. The average great white shark, itself a formidable predator, measures a mere 15 feet in length, less than a third of the size of its ancient cousin. And when it comes to weight, there is simply no comparison. At 70 tons, the megalodon was as heavy as 10 fully grown elephants. A mind-boggling mass that speaks to the sheer scale of this prehistoric monster.
And we just called the megalodon a monster when the megalodon is still an animal, despite looking like a nightmare to many people, not me. This is still not a monster, this is just a regular animal.
But size was not the only thing that set the megalodon apart. This giant shark also boasted a set of jaws that were the stuff of nightmares, spanning an incredible 6 feet in width, more than enough to swallow a human whole. And within those jaws lay a fearsome array of teeth, each one measuring up to 7 inches in length and razor sharp, perfectly adapted for tearing through the flesh of even the most formidable prey. With a bite force estimated at an astonishing 40,000 pounds per square inch, 10 times greater than that of a great white shark, the megalodon was a creature that commanded both awe and terror in equal measure. Number 12, Smilodon.
Wow, dude. Is that how you're going to pronounce the Smilodon? Smilodon? Why didn't you just do your research? I bet this person is going to call the Smilodon saber-toothed tiger as well.
Enter the realm of Smilodon, the iconic saber-toothed predator.
Okay, a saber-toothed predator. A little bit better, I guess. A little bit better, because at least this person's not calling the Smilodon a saber-toothed tiger.
That stalked the Americas during the Pleistocene epoch, leaving an indelible mark on the landscapes. Often mistakenly referred to as the saber-toothed tiger.
Okay, this channel does correctly state that the Smilodon should not be called a saber-toothed tiger. I'll give them credit where credit's due.
Smilodon was a feline powerhouse, a member of an extinct subfamily Machairodontinae that defied the conventions of modern cats. Its very name, derived from the Greek words for double-edged knife and tooth, encapsulates the essence of this formidable genus.
Where did this accent come from? I'm not being xenophobic here, but I swear there was a different accent before this accent popped up.
Smilodon boasted 3 recognized species, each a robust predator, with exceptionally long upper canine teeth, standing as a true giant among the fields of North America. While they shared the trait of elongated canines with tigers, Smilodon belonged to a different evolutionary lineage, making it distinct from true tigers.
Are you going to imply that... Oh my god, what is this meaning that you're trying to imply? I don't know, but like, is it about the Smilodon quote-unquote saber-toothed tiger thing?
As an apex predator, Smilodon hunted large herbivores like bison and camels with unparalleled efficiency. The La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, California, house the largest collection of Smilodon fossils, offering a glimpse into the life and demise of these magnificent creatures.
Okay, that is much better than describing these animals as monsters. Because I just jump in madness every time.
As Smilodon ventured into South America, it adapted to new prey species, including toxodonts and litopterns, thriving in both open and forested habitats. The Pleistocene epoch marked the decline of this remarkable predator, coinciding with the disappearance of the megafauna it relied upon, a poignant reminder of the ever-changing tapestry of life on Earth. Number 11, Endoceras.
That is called Endoceras, not Endocaris. I've never heard anyone calling C-E-R-A-S Caris before.
Imagine a creature as long as a car silently drifting through a prehistoric ocean. Its shell, shaped like a monstrous ice cream cone, isn't just its home.
Monstrous ice cream cone. Okay. That is just stupidly weird.
It contains a unique internal structure, a tube called a siphuncle. This tube allowed endoceras, a type of ancient nautiloid, to control its buoyancy, floating effortlessly or sinking to the seabed. This giant was one of the world's first ambush predators.
One of the world's first ambush predators, as of creatures like the anomalocera's that existed prior to the endoceras weren't ambush predators.
Lying in wait to seize unsuspecting prey with its tentacles. Its long, streamlined shell allowed for bursts of movement, but endoceras was a master of conserving energy, a trait essential for survival in the competitive seas of the Ordovician period. Scientists have unearthed endoceras fossils across the globe, North America, Europe, and even Australia. These fossils can be up to 10 feet long, with estimates suggesting some individuals reached a staggering 19 feet in length. This makes endoceras the largest straight-shelled cephalopod ever discovered.
Okay, so this thing, how is it scarier than dinosaurs in most people's eyes? In most people's eyes, a Spinosaurus, an actual dinosaur, would just eliminate that thing out of existence in like around 10 seconds, and then just eat that thing like it's no big deal.
Number 10. Dunkleosteus.
Okay, so the stuttering over here is a little bit weird. Dunkleosteus, whatever. The stuttering, though, I don't know. I guess it's fine.
In the late Devonian period, a formidable predator reigned supreme in the ancient oceans, Dunkleosteus, a genus of arthrodire placoderm fish that struck fear into the hearts of its contemporaries. With its streamlined, shark-like body encased in an armor-plated head and reaching lengths of 26 to 32 feet.
This video was made around a month ago, April 30th, 2024. So it is classified as outdated information even in April 2024.
Dunkleosteus was a force to be reckoned with. What sets Dunkleosteus apart is its extraordinary jaw structure and biting power. This Devonian titan could snap its jaw shut in a mere 50 to 60 milliseconds, exerting a bite force unrivaled by any living or extinct fish, a staggering 5,300 pounds of sheer power.
Megalodon is technically a fish, because sharks are fish. You're saying that as you forgot the existence of Megalodon.
Armed with two long bony blades that continuously grew and self-sharpened, Dunkleosteus...
Okay, dude, this is not a Dunkleosteus, and you just used this clip from Brightside. Our good old friend Brightside makes a cameo in this video. That's cool.
Could puncture and slice through the armor of its prey with ease. Despite initial assumptions of slow swimming speeds, recent studies suggest that Dunkleosteus was capable of impressive bursts of speed, allowing it to catch swift prey like Cladocelaceae. The fossil record also reveals intriguing behaviors, such as the regurgitation of undigested fish bones.
That's quite a weird way to pronounce that as well as most other of these pronunciations. I'd call it digesting,
hinting at a complex dietary strategy and a surprising level of ecological intelligence. Dunkleosteus was far from a picky eater, consuming fish, sharks, and even members of its own species with an insatiable appetite. Number 9. Leviathan.
Okay, so the actual Leviathan, the Leviathan, which is okay.
From the fossil depths of the Miocene epoch emerges Leviathan, an extinct genus of macroraptorial sperm whale. This ancient predator, boasting formidable size and a powerful bite, dominated its marine environment.
Dominated its marine environment. You can't really call it dominate when it has to compete with the likes of Megalodon. Megalodon and Leviathan are one of the rare cases where two giant predators actually competed with each other for food.
The species name, L. melvillei, nods to both the biblical sea monster Leviathan and Herman Melville, author of the iconic whaling novel, Moby Dick.
You showed the actual correct spelling of the Moby Dick, but then you just replaced the Y with I for literally no reason. I don't know why this channel did that.
Thriving nearly 10 million years ago, Leviathan.
And that is a Megalodon and not a Leviathan. From Bright Side once again.
Left a tantalizing trail of fossils across the globe, from the shores of Chile and Argentina to the coasts of California, South America, and Australia.
You mean South Africa? Chile and Argentina are South America.
As an apex predator in its marine realm, Leviathan likely preyed upon whales, seals, and other formidable opponents, asserting its dominance in the prehistoric oceans. What sets Leviathan apart from its modern sperm whale counterparts is its astonishing dentition. With teeth measuring a staggering 1.1 feet, Leviathan boasts the largest biting teeth of any known animal, excluding tusks.
1.19 feet. You just rounded it down. You should have just rounded it up and said about 1.2 feet. But otherwise, this section of the video is okay.
These formidable teeth, coupled with an estimated total length of 44 to 57 feet, paint a picture of an unstoppable predator.
Unstoppable predator, except when it had to encounter a Megalodon, which the battles could go either way. Megalodon generally had the bronze, while the Leviathan generally had the brains.
The skull of Leviathan features a distinctive basin along the snout's length, housing the enigmatic spermaceti organ, which may have played a role in echolocation, communication, or even aggressive behavior.
Have you heard the word echolocation in your life? Or, not echolocation, echo!
With functional teeth in both jaws adapted for shearing and interlocking, Leviathan possessed a unique and fearsome hunting arsenal, forever etched in the annals of paleontological history.
Why did that sentence make me laugh? Is this supposed to be AI generated? Or no? Probably not, but it's probably written by some script writer if it's not AI generated that doesn't really have that much experience in paleontology. That is my best guess.
Number 8. Helicoprion. Helicoprion, a 270-million-year-old fish, has baffled paleontologists for over a century.
I'm not going to be surprised if this person decides to pull an Origins Explained and just slap in the Echolopterus. And also pull out an Americano and slap in both the Hallucigenia and Opabinia into the list.
Stretching 20 to 25 feet in length.
That is quite an upper estimate, which is acceptable. However, you're using an outdated depiction of the Helicoprion's tooth whorls.
This ancient enigma is best known for its bizarre tooth arrangement, which has been the subject of countless debates and speculations. The mystery began with the discovery of peculiar fossils, petrified whorls of elongated teeth resembling rolled-up fruit snacks.
Rolled-up fruit snacks. Okay, then. Is that how you describe the Helicoprion's tooth whorls?
In 1899, Russian geologist Alexander Petrovich Karpinsky christened the creature Helicoprion, believing the tooth whorl to be attached to its nose like a permanently curled party favor.
Back then, it was fine because paleontology was not as advanced as today, so mistakes were going to be made.
Over the years, paleontologists proposed a myriad of bizarre reconstructions, placing the tooth whorl on various parts of the fish's anatomy, from its snout to its dorsal fin, and even deep within its throat.
Jurassic World, the game Helicoprion. Oh my god. Why is this person showing a level 40 awesome bro looking Helicoprion? You never use Jurassic World the game models to even try to create an educational paleontology video, because it's just completely wrong. Especially at level 40, when these creatures just gain these crazy patterns and spikes and everything, it just becomes way too awesome, bro, and cool to be in an educational paleontology video.
It wasn't until 2013 that a groundbreaking study led by Leif Tapanila from Idaho State University unraveled the true nature of Helicoprion's dentition. The coiled tooth row, it turned out, completely filled the lower jaw in a mesmerizing buzzsaw-like formation. As the fish aged, new teeth continuously formed at the back of the lower jaw, while the upper jaw remained practically toothless. The jaw-closing mechanism of Helicoprion was equally terrifying, with the tooth whorl rotating backward in a saw-like motion to slice through its prey.
You just used an outdated Helicoprion model twice, yet again. Man, when will this channel even learn?
To imagine the sheer power of this creature.
Is this video sponsored by Squarespace? Why did Squarespace just randomly pop up on the video? There was literally no warning.
Scientists have discovered Helicoprion jaws spanning a staggering 2 feet in width. Number 7. Andrewsarchus.
It's S, not Z. Andrewsarchus, not Andrewsarchus.
Lost to the sands of time, Andrewsarchus remains an enigma.
Andrewsarchus. Another classic mispronunciation from this channel. There are so many of them. It's bright side, but like 10 times over.
Its legend.
Okay, so this person is treating the Andrewsarchus like it's a legendary creature from the mythical stories.
Is built upon a single monstrous skull unearthed in the Mongolian desert in 1923.
It is found in Inner Mongolia, which is just an autonomous region of the People's Republic of China.
A fragment hinting at a creature of awe-inspiring size, measuring nearly 3 feet in length.
Really, dude? You just called it awe-inspiring 3 feet.
The skull suggests a beast of truly monstrous proportions. A beast of truly monstrous proportions. A beast of truly monstrous proportions. A dominant predator of its prehistoric world. Expedition leader Roy Chapman Andrews concluded that Andrewsarchus must have been a carnivore based on its formidable dentition.
In reality, it was actually likely an omnivore.
And named the creature after himself. To this day, the Mongolian skull remains the sole relic of this terrifying species.
Okay, so there is Andrewsarchus mongoliensis and Andrewsarchus crassum. So there must have been another Andrewsarchus fossil,
which stalked the lands of East Asia some 45 to 66 million years ago during the Eocene epoch. By studying the skull and comparing it to the remains of a bear-like prehistoric creature called a mesonychid, paleontologists have pieced together a hypothetical reconstruction of Andrewsarchus. The result is a nightmarish vision of a heavily built, wolf-like animal.
This does not look like a wolf to me. This... Is it because of Jurassic World the game giving Andrewsarchus a dog animation for literally no reason?
Standing 6 feet tall and stretching 16 feet in length. With a long body and tail supported by 4 stout, hoofed legs and a menacing snout filled with massive, bone-crushing teeth. Andrewsarchus was a formidable predator that could have weighed almost 2,200 pounds.
Okay, so I think we are now at number 6. 14 cleared. There are still 6 left in this crazy paleontology video.
Number 6. Mosasaurus. Picture a world where the oceans were ruled by a creature so fearsome that it would make even the most seasoned sailor tremble with fear. Meet Mosasaurus, a colossal marine reptile that prowled the waters of the Cretaceous period.
More specifically, the late Cretaceous at around 82.7 to 66 million years ago.
Dwarfing all other predators in its domain.
And then you just forgot about the existence of the Tylosaurus, which is actually bigger than the Mosasaurus.
While often mistaken for a dinosaur,
Just because it appeared in Jurassic World doesn't mean that it should be called a dinosaur, because it is not a dinosaur. As well as other of these creatures like the Metrodon, for example, and the Pteranodon, the Dimorphodon.
the Mosasaurus was a true leviathan of the deep, measuring up to an astonishing 60 feet in length.
More like 45 feet. At least this isn't taken from Jurassic World the game. Not Jurassic World the game, just Jurassic World.
Imagine a crocodile of monstrous proportions.
Again with the monstrous proportions. I should have seen all these stuff coming.
Armed with powerful fins that granted it unparalleled mobility in the water. The Mosasaurus was an active predator, its hunting habits shrouded in mystery, but paleontologists agree that it preyed upon a wide array of marine life, from fish and turtles to even other fearsome marine reptiles like plesiosaurs and ichthyosaurs.
That's not how you pronounce that. It's pronounced as ichthyosaurs.
The first tantalizing glimpse of this ancient behemoth came in 1764 when fragments of its skull were unearthed in a subterranean chalk quarry in the Netherlands.
Okay, so far so good once again. But I'm probably going to go ice show speed later on.
Since then, a wealth of fossils has emerged, painting a vivid picture of a creature perfectly adapted to its aquatic environment. With its streamlined body, powerful jaws lined with conical teeth, and a unique double-hinged jaw that could open impossibly wide.
You said it's impossible, but you also showed that the Mosasaurus could open like that, open its jaws like that, so therefore it is not impossible. Are you talking about impossible for humans?
The Mosasaurus was an apex predator in every sense of the word. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. When we think of dinosaurs, the ferocious T-Rex dominates our imagination, fueled by its Hollywood image.
Hollywood! This is Hollywood, not Hollywood. The way you pronounce it, it just feels so wrong.
But this icon pales in comparison to the monstro Spinosaurus.
What? Okay, so Spinosaurus. Oh my god. This is just dark mind level pronunciation. And also, look at how awesome, bro, this is. This is from a game. And it's based on, that's even crazier than the 2009 Monsters Resurrected Spino.
This colossal predator was the longest of all carnivorous dinosaurs.
Oh my god. These pronunciations are comparable to paleontology parody channels. And this is supposed to be serious, not a joke. Guys, is this supposed to be a paleontology parody disguised as an educational paleontology video?
Stretching up to 50 feet.
Which is an outdated estimate, and you're not showing the Spinosaurus at all.
Imagine a sail like a jagged billboard rising from its spine, and a crocodile-like snout built for snatching prey from rivers.
You're just showing the Jurassic World Mosasaurus when talking about the Spinosaurus.
Its size alone was terrifying. but scientists believe its powerful arms weren't just for show. They were tipped with claws designed to shred flesh.
Stop showing the Mosasaurus, which does not even have those trademark Spinosaurus claws.
This wasn't a lumbering brute. The Spinosaurus possessed surprising agility for its size, especially near water. So, who do you think would win in a prehistoric showdown, Spinosaurus or T-Rex?
T-Rex. There really is no explanation.
Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Gorgonops. Long before the dinosaurs ever set foot on Earth, a formidable predator stalked the land. Gorgonops, a creature that reigned supreme 260 million years ago.
You should show Gorgonops in a modern house then. It just makes absolutely zero sense.
Measuring between 6 and 10 feet in length, this swift and vicious hunter quickly rose to the top of the food chain, thanks in no small part to its massive, protruding teeth that seemed to defy the very limits of its jaw.
Okay, defy the limitations and stuff, but something like the Gorgonops existed. Alright?
The skull of the Gorgonops was a marvel to behold, deep and triangular when viewed from above, hinting at the raw power and ferocity that lay within. This ancient predator belonged to a group known as therapsids, mammal-like reptiles that dominated the landscape in the age before dinosaurs.
But then the therapsids also include mammals themselves. And mammals did not dominate during the Jurassic or even the Cretaceous or even the Triassic.
With a unique blend of reptilian and mammalian features, such as specialized jaw joints and differentiated teeth, Gorgonops was a creature unlike any other. But it was the enlarged canine teeth that truly set Gorgonops apart. These lethal weapons, which nearly reached the lower jaw when the mouth was closed, were not merely for display. They were the tools of a hunter, perfectly adapted for seizing and dispatching prey.
Okay, so those modern backgrounds and stuff in this modern house, this modern bedroom over here, it is most definitely from a movie.
And while Gorgonops may not have been the largest predator of its time, that title belonged to the even more imposing Inostrancevia. It more than made up for its smaller size with its incredible speed and agility, making it a terror to behold in the Permian landscape. Number 4. Megalania.
Okay then, so that's the same mistake as the one made in number 18. You're just spoiling the next creature on the list, which is number 3, when you're talking about number 4.
In the sun-baked plains of Australia, some 2.5 million years ago, a creature of almost unimaginable size and ferocity stalked the land. Known as Megalania, this gargantuan monitor lizard was like nothing the world had ever seen before, or has seen since.
Okay, so it is the largest terrestrial lizard known to have existed, which I guess kind of fits your description of the world has never seen it before, has never seen it since.
Measuring up to a staggering 23 feet in length, Megalania dwarfed its closest living relative, the Komodo dragon, by a factor of 2, making it the undisputed king of the prehistoric Australian outback. But size was not the only weapon in Megalania's arsenal. Like its modern-day cousin, this ancient behemoth is believed to have possessed venomous glands within its jaws, which secreted a potent hemotoxin.
These venom glands pump in anticoagulants to the blood of its victims, causing them to bleed out due to not being able to coagulate blood, and then eventually just die.
When Megalania attacked, its curved, razor-sharp teeth would pierce the skin of its prey, injecting this toxic cocktail directly into the victim's bloodstream. Once inside, the venom would act as an anticoagulant, preventing the blood from clotting and causing a rapid drop in blood pressure.
Which is generally correct. So, I guess that's that. And in basically every single one of these paleontology videos, I give credit where credit's due. Also, as I'm recording this with all the with the not recorded footage, this video has passed 1 hour, even though this video still technically hasn't passed 1 hour in reality.
The end result was systemic shock and, ultimately, death. A swift and terrifying demise for any creature unlucky enough to find itself in Megalania's sights. Recent research suggests that Megalania may have survived until as recently as 50,000 years ago, around the same time that humans first set foot on the Australian continent. Some scientists believe that these early settlers may have played a role in the giant lizard's eventual extinction, either by hunting the creatures directly or by depleting the populations of their prey. Number 3. Joseph Artegasia monesi.
So this guy just decided to pull an Americano and bring in this 2 to 3 million year old rodent into the list.
The sight of a rat scurrying along the sidewalks is enough to make even the most hardened city dweller recoil in disgust.
But it's not really threatening or anything. Even the most okay, these city dwellers would have just not really cared that much. I don't know. I'm not a city dweller. Could any city dweller just comment what do they think about rats?
But as formidable as these urban pests may seem, they pale in comparison to their ancient cousin, the Joseph Artegasia monesi. This gargantuan rodent, which roamed the earth between 4 and 2 million years ago, was a true behemoth, measuring up to 10 feet in length.
Which is likely an overestimate, but even with that estimate, it did not reach up to 10 feet. It had a length of around 8 feet and 7 inches.
And weighing as much as 2,200 pounds.
Which is just completely ridiculous. It might have reached around 1,100 pounds at maximum, or even 1,270, but not 2,200.
The equivalent of a dozen adult humans. But size wasn't the only thing that set the Josepho Artegasia monesi apart from its modern-day relatives. This ancient rodent also boasted a set of incisors that were the stuff of nightmares, reaching nearly a foot in length. Recent studies using advanced computer modeling techniques have revealed that these massive teeth were capable of delivering a bite force of 3,600 pounds per square inch, a crushing power on par with that of a saltwater crocodile.
Okay, so stupid I know, but to prove the title wrong, I'm just going to put this animal to face the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then just let the Tyrannosaurus Rex feast on that thing like it's no big deal. We're going to make the T-Rex hungry, just as to make a T-Rex have a reason to eat the thing.
Thankfully, the Joseph Artegasia monesi was not a carnivorous killer. Instead, scientists believe that these colossal rodents used their impressive incisors to crack open nuts, gnaw on wood, dig for food, and defend themselves against predators.
Obviously, with herbivores, they're going to have to defend against any threat, anything that they deem as a threat, and they have a lot of weapons in their arsenal. The rhino has its horn, the elephant has its sheer size and tusks.
With such formidable dental armaments at their disposal, it's safe to say that any creature foolish enough to tangle with a Josepho Artegasia monesi would have quickly found itself on the receiving end of a devastating bite, a sobering reminder of the raw power and majesty of these ancient giants. Number 2. Gicalopterus.
Oh, come on, I just jinxed it. This person just pulled out an Origins Explained and just put this Gicalopterus in at number 2. What is number 1 going to be? Is it going to be Americano, Hallucigenia, or Opabinia? I'm not sure.
Meet Gicalopterus, the colossal predator that reigned supreme in the freshwater realms of early Devonian America.
And then we're just shown another movie clip. That isn't even a Gicalopterus at all. That's just a giant scorpion.
This ancient aquatic juggernaut, misleadingly dubbed a sea scorpion, was far from a mere marine creature. It thrived in the unforgiving waters of prehistoric times, armed with compound eyes that screamed power and precision.
Okay, is this supposed to be Arthropleura? Whatever it is showing right now is not the Echolopterus.
The hallmarks of a top-tier apex predator. Echolopterus dominated its ecosystem, its very presence sending ripples of fear through the primeval waters.
And then, when you make the Echolopterus time travel, and then pit it against something like a Sarcosuchus or a Spinosaurus, Dinosuchus, a Megalodon.
What sets Echolopterus apart from its relatives is not just its triangular telson and enlarged pincers, but a lethal combination of features that cement its status as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the arthropod world. This behemoth could stretch up to a mind-boggling 8.5 feet in length.
You call that mind-boggling? Just pit it against a blue whale to see what's mind-boggling. Okay, the Echolopterus was probably mind-boggling and when it lived, in the period that it lived.
Earning it the title of the largest arthropod ever recorded.
Okay, fair enough. But we're only talking about the Echolopterus rhenaniae, which reached 7.5 to 8.5 feet in length, making it the longest arthropod ever discovered. And quite possibly the largest too, surpassing even the millipede Arthropleura.
Its sheer size and formidable arsenal made it an unstoppable force, a true titan among the Devonian fauna. Number 1. Meganeura. Step into a world where insects defy the norms of size and terror reigns from above. Meet Meganeura, a monstrous genus of dragonfly-like creatures that ruled the skies approximately 300 million years ago.
Okay, so they lived more specifically at around 305 to 299 million years ago, during the late Carboniferous period.
Forget everything you thought you knew about modern dragonflies and damselflies. Meganeura was in a league of its own, with wingspans stretching well over 2 feet, making it the apex predator of its time. Belonging to the Meganeuridae family, these giants dominated the late Carboniferous to Middle Permian periods.
Correct. And forgot to mention, these are griffin flies, and incorrectly known as giant dragonflies. So this person called them dragonfly-like creatures. They did not call these creatures dragonflies, which is definitely good to see.
Their eyes, likely enlarged relative to body size, glared down upon the unsuspecting, while spines on their legs served as deadly ensnaring traps for their prey. The sheer mass of Meganeura is staggering, with estimates suggesting the largest specimens weighed between 100 to 150 grams.
Which for a flying animal is quite large, and for its time, even for an insect, it is really, really big. Obviously, it's going to get dwarfed by something like a Hasacopteryx, but we're talking about not pterosaurs. We're talking about Carboniferous to Permian griffin flies.
Yet, despite their size, these aerial predators faced a vulnerability: overheating. The metabolic demands of powering their massive bodies and wings likely generated significant heat. Dissipating this heat effectively was a challenge, potentially impacting their hunting and survival. The evolutionary puzzle of how these Carboniferous insects achieved such colossal proportions has been linked to the Earth's oxygen-rich atmosphere, a hypothesis that gains traction as we unravel the secrets of the past. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Oh my goodness. We're finally over with this paleontology review. Just look at how crazy it is. With all those weird pronunciations, as well as those crazy claims, like the Titanoboa being a Jormungand Titanoboa being much more comparable, not really comparable, even crazier than a Jormungandr, which is a mythical creature. Guys, this is just absolutely crazy, and I'm kind of glad that it's over with, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad too. Guys, please, dude, if any one of the big channels wants to reach out to us and reach out to me, then go ahead. We're going to make a paleontology video together, and we're actually going to do some research and make it actually bearable to watch. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.